Hey guys, so today is another day of solving trig equations. Hope today finds you doing okay. So today's objective is to solve tangent trig equations. So we have 4 examples to go through together. The objective is to solve for angle x on the interval 0 to 360. So 1 full rotation, any angle from 0 to 360. Round to the nearest tenth if necessary. So everyone make sure you have your calculators handy. First step, as I'm sure you're remembering, isolate the function. So the function here is tangent. So in order to do that, I'm going to add the 2 radical 3 to the other side. So you're left with 2 times the tangent of x equals 2 times radical 3. And then in order to isolate tangent, divide by 2, because right now that's multiplication, and the opposite operation is division. So the 2's are going to cancel, so you have tangent of angle x equals radical 3. So the function's isolated, so in your calculator you're going to hit second tangent radical 3. So in the calc, hit second tan, I should clear all this business out, second tan radical 3, second x squared, and that gives me 60 degrees. So the angle is 60 degrees, and you can check that by typing in tangent of 60, and that'll give you this radical. It won't give you radical 3, but it'll give you that 1.7-ish number. So you did that correctly. So now you have to figure out what quadrants would you be working in. And tangent, don't forget, is when you divide y and x. So when you divide y and x, you get a positive number. Okay? So remember, the first quadrant is positive, positive. So when I divide a y and an x, I'm going to get a positive. So quadrant 1's good. Second quadrant goes negative, positive. So when I divide the y and the x, a positive divided by a negative gives me a negative. So I'm going to get dramatic and cross this quadrant out. Third quadrant goes negative, negative, left down. When I divide a negative and a positive, a negative and a negative, it will give me a positive. So I'm going to keep this quadrant. And then this fourth quadrant goes right then down. So when you divide a negative and a positive, you get a negative. Remember, we want this to be a positive because radical 3 is positive. So I'm going to get dramatic and cross that out as well. So in the calculator, you got 60. That is our reference angle. That is our alpha. It is a positive acute angle, so that's the angle that I'm going to use to find the other angles. Well, the first quadrant is part of our answer, and 60 fits into that quadrant. So that's my answer. To find an angle in the third quadrant, it's always 180 plus 60, which gives me 240. So I have 2 solutions, 60 and 240. Okay. So now let's try another one. In order to isolate tangent, you subtract 1 on both sides. Bring down 3 times the tangent of x equals 3. In order to get tangent by itself, divide both sides by 3. So you get tangent x equals 1. Now that tangent's by itself, you can do the second tangent function. And you type in 1. And you get 40.5 degrees.